Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome, and if you've already been here before, thanks for coming back. So this morning I did a poll on my Instagram letting you guys choose what look you wanted to see, and you guys went for the sunset eye look, which I've already done before on my Instagram, but I did get a lot of requests asking for it, so here it is. For this look I only used one palette. It was the NYX In Your Element Fire palette. It looks like this inside. Really bright, sort of like yellows, oranges, reds. Yeah, that's right, orange, red. It's got some blues. It's got quite a lot in it, but the main colours I used were yellow, orange, red, and the kind of like deep sort of purple maroony kind of colour. And that's really all I used for this look. It's really quick, really simple. Bit of a winged liner going on. Some lashes, which are actually Primark lashes. I am shook. If you know what I'm talking about. They're amazing at only £5. So my next video I will kind of do like a kind of chatty talk through tutorial instead of kind of like a voiceover, but I was in a bit of a hurry and I wanted to get a video up for you, so we're sticking with the voiceover for just now. So anyway, if you want to see how I created this look, then just keep watching. As always, taking our Ziva crease brush first, and with the shade 2, which is our yellow shade, and we're going to buff this in circular motions. As this is our transition shade, we want to blend this quite high so that when we start packing on other colours we can still see the yellow. Using the Ziva 227 and our orange shade, we're first going to start by packing that in our outer V. We want the shape to be quite rounded, so my best advice for this would be to take control of your brush and control where you're blending. Just follow the circle shape round your eye, so just following your eye shape, but making sure to keep control of the brush and just wiggle it round into a circle instead of kind of like just going mad with the blending. Remember that because we've used our yellow shade, we're moving on to our next shade, the orange. We want to keep the blend quite low. So as you can see, I'm literally just going backwards and forwards. I'm not moving my brush very high. I'm keeping it in the socket, and that's what is going to create our kind of circle rounded shape, and also blend it so that we can see our sandwich stages. We can see the yellow, we can see the orange, and then we can add our red. To make sure that it's nice and blended, we're going to take our first brush and we're just going to take whatever's left on it and just kind of like tickle around the edges, blending the two together. Next, we're dipping into our red with the same 227 brush, again using control and following our rounded shape. Keeping it in the socket and going backwards and forwards using circular motions only. I don't really use windscreen wiper motions anymore. I find just persevering with circular motions you get a much better blend. Again, going in with our first brush and some yellow just to kind of make sure that it's all blended together. That's 100% my advice for any eyeshadow look you do. Always go back in with that transition shade and make sure it's all blended. This is my favourite part, and to me what makes the look start to come together. So we're using the Ziva 231 brush and the deep purple shade. We're going to start packing that in the outer V. Then I like to move into our inner corner and start building the colour round from there. It doesn't matter if you get any on the lid because we're going to go in and cut our crease. You're actually better keeping it low enough that it does get onto the lid. Any higher and would start to lose our orange and yellow. Whenever I use a deeper tone, I like to kind of go backwards again with the shades that we used before, just to make sure that it's properly blended. So using the 227, and I just mix the red and orange together, using hardly any pressure going round the edges. Then I can take the yellow and our first brush and do the same, just taking the brush slightly higher. Now using the Zoeva 144, I spoke about this brush in my last video, but for those who haven't seen it, it is my must-have brush. It's perfect for carving in your brows and cut creases because it's the perfect shape and it's really flat, giving you a super clean and crisp line. I'm just going in with the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Concealer and just slowly placing my brush where I want my cut crease. Then taking any fluffy brush and patting where the concealer and shadow meet. Do this whilst the concealer is wet. It is almost impossible when the concealer is dried in. This starts to give that ombre style appearance. Just quickly taking a highlighter and placing some on my brow bone. Now we can start building on that ombre. We're first going to take our orange shade on a Zoeva 234, any flat brush will do, and like we did with our fluffy brush, we're patting where the concealer and shadow meet. Now we can start packing on that yellow shade. I firstly use the 234, but I do find this is a bit more of a difficult shade to get on the lid and look intense, especially right up to the cut crease. So I then go in with my Sigma flat definer brush and wiggle the yellow right up to the line. Just tapping some more of that orange on, just to kind of like blend it all together and make that ombre pop. Moving on to winged liner, I thought I'd show you the easiest and quickest way to do it. I'll first take a bit of tape, press it onto my hand first to take most of the stickiness off. I line it under my lash line, pointing towards the end of my brow. Using a sharp angled brush, this is a Chiara Daily brush, starting off at the bottom, and as I take the brush up towards my brow, I lift off the pressure. Make sure to remove your tape now, and as you can see we've got our sharp line all ready for us. Halfway down our line we've created, I'm then going to start to join this to my lash line. If you have the right brush, it should do the work for you. Also, the tape method will only work with gel liner. If you use liquid liner, it will seep under the tape and it just won't work. So for this, I'm using Illamasqua's Infinity Gel Liner. So now we've got the wings started, I'm going to start by going in the inner corner now and taking that line really thin first and just bringing it round. If you start off thin, it's way better. You can build it thicker as you go rather than going in with a huge big thick line and you can't really go back. So as you can see, I'm just taking our 2 points and joining them together, and that should give that even winged liner. Then you've just got the easy bit of just filling in with more black liner. Did end up deciding to extend the winged liner slightly, so just using my brush and lifting the pressure off as I bring it up. So what goes up must come down, so I'm going in with the yellow and the Real Techniques base shadow brush, which I love for buffing shadows right under the eye, and we're just taking the yellow from the outer corner right into the inner corner. Then taking the Zoeva 223 brush, and we're using the orange and red mixed together, starting to focus that really tight against our lower lash line. Once we've got that down, we can move in with the purple shade. I'm then just taking the white pearl-like shade from the Sleek Solstice palette, and I'm just popping that in my inner corners. Now for lashes, these are the Primark So Sue, I think it's called, lash collection. Only £5, and these are in the style Milan. They are absolutely amazing. Like, I am shook. Primark, I never expected to be buying lashes from you, but amazing. So that's the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and learned a little something. I really enjoyed creating this look again. I love using like bold colours, so let me know in the comments what you want to see next, and yeah, make sure to subscribe.